Welcome to Heart Talks. The purpose and intention for these talks is to inspire, empower, and to bring a higher perspective and community awareness with topics not only in real estate, but also in finance, relationships, wellness, and spirituality. So get ready and enjoy as we share our next episode on Heart Talk. Hey everyone, welcome to Heart Talks. And first of all, I want to wish everyone a happy new year and blessings to you and to your family. I'm excited because this is our first podcast that we're doing for 2024. And today I have the pleasure of bringing a special guest. Her name is Sandra Rivera, and she is a loan officer here with Champions Mortgage. She's a mother of three, and she's been doing this for about 20 years. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on out there in the market. We know that there's been a lot of interest and a lot of questions for you as a buyer, perhaps a seller, of what the market is doing and the interest rates and what might be available for you. So please help me welcome Sandra Rivera. Thank you.
Hi,
thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome. And you're probably getting a lot of questions, right, Sandra, about the interest rates. The first thing is, what's the interest rate right now?
I think that's on everybody's mind these days, especially because, last year they did see an increase in the rates, but little by little they have been coming down. And, hopefully they start going down a little bit more.
Yes. And so let's, before we get into the loan programs and the interest rate and everything, let's just, find out a little bit about you. I know you're a mother of three, but you've been doing the loans or being in the mortgage business, the lending business for how long?
Close to 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah, close.
And was that like in real retail or wholesale, or, how long have you been doing that, and what type of products were you?
It's more of the wholesale. I've always worked with brokers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. No, that's fine. So it was mostly with brokers and
with brokers. So that's how I started, working with the broker.
Okay, wonderful. So Sandra, what is the main question that you're getting nowadays because of the way the market has shifted?
Like you said, the biggest thing is people are interested on the rates. That's one of the things. And there's a lot of news about, down payment assistance programs. So those two, especially for first-time home buyers, that's what always catches their interest, what the rates are and if there's any help that they would be able to get with the down payment.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring you on our Heart Talk was you gave a presentation, I think it was about a month ago, and I found it very interesting because you talk about a couple of products that I wasn't aware of. As a realtor, of course, when we have a buyer or seller that needs qualifications, we automatically send them to you here at Champions Mortgage. But you talked about a program, and I thought it was very interesting, and I wanted to share that today here on this podcast to bring awareness in our community, especially in our Latin community, because I know you speak Spanish, right?
Sí,
so, habla español, y ahora queremos hablar también de un programa que es muy especial para la gente que tiene un TIN number. So, ¿nos puedes hablar poquito de eso, Sandra? Estamos hablando español. We're talking a little Spanish because we want to reach out just anyone out there that might be interested in this program. So can you discuss a little bit about the TIN program, the TIN number program?
Sí, claro que sí. El programa está diseñado para personas que tienen en vez de seguro social, tienen un ITIN con el número con que hacen sus taxis. Usualmente programas que hay disponibles para personas que quieren comprar casas es con un enganche de 15 hasta 20% o un poquito más. Nosotros tenemos un programa que le ayuda a las personas que traigan con lo mínimo de 3.5% de enganche.
Wow, y eso queremos repetir eso otra vez, porque este programa antes cuando yo hacía préstamos, que era hace como 10 años, sí había un programa de TIN number, pero yo me acuerdo que la gente tenía que traer el 30% para el down payment. Pero cuando tú hiciste la presentación aquí en la oficina, dijiste que nada más necesitaban un down payment de 3.5%.
Correcto.
Es correcto. Entonces yo dije, wow, ¿cuántas personas hay allá afuera en nuestra comunidad que quieren comprar, que están empezando el proceso de los documentos, de todo, pero están haciendo pagando sus taxes con el TIN number y califican. Entonces, por eso quise que vinieras aquí y platicar un poquito de eso. Entonces, ¿es difícil agarrar ese programa o qué sería lo básico de que necesitan calificar?
No es difícil de agarrar el programa. Usualmente, como cualquier otro préstamo, necesitaríamos 2 años de ingresos y obviamente necesitamos correr el crédito. Tienen que tener crédito. Si tienen crédito establecido con el ITIN number, es mejor. Pero es lo básico y 2 meses de estados de cuenta bancario sería lo mismo que un préstamo regular. No es algo extra que tendrían que traer para ver si pueden calificar para el préstamo.
Es como un proceso regular para un préstamo.
Correcto, sí.
Okay.
Tal vez tengan que tomar una clase para primeros compradores, pero aparte de eso todo es regular.
Y es recomendable que tomen esa clase también, porque a veces cuando uno está comprando una casa, no entendemos el proceso. Entonces, esas clases que les recomiendan o tienen que tomarlas, es beneficio para los compradores para también entender el sistema.
Correcto, sí, les ayuda a explicarles cómo es el proceso de un préstamo y también les ayuda a leer unos de los documentos como el estimado para que se den cuenta dónde van los fondos para el cierre del papeleo.
Del papeleo y todo el proceso y también para saber sobre el pago, para estar seguros que esa casa o ese pago que van a hacer es algo que ellos pueden pagar en el futuro.
Sí, claro.
Porque nos acordamos del año de 2008 cuando la gente no podía, los calificaban, pero no podían hacer el pago. Entonces, esas clases son muy importantes de tomar. Y nomás es una clase, ¿verdad? Que tienen que tomar.
Sí, claro que sí. So, es muy ayudante porque muchas personas no tienen la información necesaria o adecuada para poder hacer una decisión.
Gracias, Sandra. Y ahora vamos a hablar un poquito en inglés, ese mismo programa, para la gente a lo mejor que también quiere saber o puede pasar esta información para un amigo, una amiga, un familiar. So I was asking Sandra in Spanish about the 10 number program for those that speak Spanish. Sandra speaks Spanish and she's able to answer any questions you might have about that program. But I also wanted to speak to that in English, just in case there's someone out there that you might know, that you might be able to pass this information, maybe a neighbor, a family, or someone that has been inquiring. So let's explain a little bit about the TIN program in English and what's the first thing that they need to do.
So with this particular program, with the ITIN program, other lenders or different companies have asked for a minimum of anywhere from 15 to 20% as a down payment. We have a program where the borrower is only required to bring 3.5% as their down payment.
Well,
which is a big difference.
It's a big thing, yeah. And I wanted to really bring that forward, the 3.5%.
Yes.
Not 30%, not 20, not 15, 3.5% of the purchase price.
Correct, yes. It's a good amount, and it does give a lot of prospective buyers or people that didn't think that they had the opportunity to purchase a home, to be able to purchase a home. So, it is a great program for everybody out there. One of the things that I also like about this program is, for ITIN borrowers is that the payment, it's a 40-year term.
Oh, so it's amortized over 40 years, which that means a lower payment.
A lower payment.
A lower payment.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Of course, once they reach out to you, you can explain the options available. But so I'm thinking, okay, because it's 3.5% for this 10 program, there's probably a lot of documentation that I have to bring forward, or would it be like a regular loan?
So it would just be like a regular loan. The basic stuff. We would need 2 years of proof of income, whether they're W-2 earners or self-employed, 2 months bank statements. That would be, the basic that we would need to get pre-approved with them. And obviously we would need to run their credit.
Obviously, yeah. So it would be like a regular loan.
Correct, yes.
Application, and they just require 2 years. And then for the 10 program, is there any other I would say important qualification that they would need to know before reaching out to you?
No, I mean, everybody has different questions. So, we're able, when they give us a call, we're able to answer any questions that they might have. And, we want them to make sure that they feel comfortable working with us and that, we're able to answer all of their questions.
And of course, the main question would be, what would my interest look like? Like I bring my 2 year documentation, W-2, self-employed bank statements, and I'm ready to buy a house. I'm getting my tax returns, and I'm getting some good money to bring in for the 3.5% down. So as a buyer, the first thing that comes to my mind is, yeah, but what's the rate? Would the rate be something that they could buy down, or would it be a reasonable rate that they could start with?
They would definitely be able to buy down the rate if that's something that they're looking to do, but the rate will also depend on their credit score. So, we can't just, give you any rates. We would have to look at, your credit score history, go over your information, and then we could discuss that at the time that we're looking to get you pre-approved.
And that's a great answer. It depends, right? It depends. And I love that question because you're right. It's going to depend on their income. It's going to depend on their credit score and then other factors. So having 20 years of experience, you would be able to take their application and then move further from there and go from there. So this is a great program. And that's why when you brought it through in your presentation the other day, I thought, wouldn't it be a great way to start this year doing this talk and just bringing that awareness to the community, because there's a lot of buyers out there that feel that they can't qualify. But the first step is to pick up the phone and reach out to people like yourself to be able to answer those questions, even if it's just an inquiry. At least the option is get your questions answered and start the process. So the number one thing is to start the process.
No, definitely, and even if they don't qualify at that time, I'm pretty sure they can plan to how to, if there's any obstacles, how to overcome them so that they're able to, maybe in a year or two, be able to buy a house. So it's, like you said, it doesn't hurt to pick up the phone, call, find out more information on it and see if you're ready to move forward, or if, maybe you need to wait a little bit longer to be able to buy a house.
The word that comes to me right now when you're talking in Spanish is sí se puede.
Sí se puede, yes.
Sí se puede comprar una casa. Yes, you can buy a house, but the first step is to pick up the phone and call. And so I encourage anyone out there that might have questions about a 10-number program. This 3.5% down payment is amazing. I've been in the mortgage and real estate business for the past 30 years, and I know it's always been like 20, 30% until recently. So this is an opportunity for anyone out there that might be interested in buying a house or that's ready to take that step.
Definitely, I agree with you,
Wonderful. And thank you, Sandra, for really bringing that forward for us. And the other question that I feel as a realtor that I get asked when I'm referring a client to get qualified is, not everyone has the down payment or all the closing cost to buy a house. So the main thing is, I'm ready to buy a house, I qualify, but now I need to bring in some funds to the table to close my transaction, which is the down payment and the closing cost. And I know we were talking about that. Is there still available funds for a down payment assistance program?
So you know what, I believe last year some of the lenders did bring out different programs. So there is down payment assistance programs where, they will help you with the down payment and you wouldn't have to worry about, one less thing for you to worry about. And we can always, try to work to see what we can do to help or, give some type of credit for the closing costs.
So like CalHalfa, we would talk about CalHalfa and maybe even veterans out there. There might be some assistance for veterans. So the main thing is pick up the phone and call and take the first step.
Every scenario is a little bit different. There's nothing that's alike. So, we might be able to do something for somebody that they didn't think it would be possible. But like you said, yes, pick up the phone, find out, and then go from there.
Beautiful. And I know, as a realtor, I've been getting a lot of texts from investors. Investors wanting to buy properties, people wanting to create that, that residual income in 2024. So perhaps you're already a homeowner and now you're ready to step into an investment or create residual income or an opportunity in that area. And I know you had mentioned also that there was this unique program that we wanted to discuss today for investors, correct?
Yes. So the name of the program is DSCR, which is Debt Servicing Coverage Ratio. It's a great program for people that are looking to invest. And what it is that they take the future or prospective rents to qualify rather than using their income. So it's a lot of people do worry, well, I will not be able to qualify because of my income, especially if they're self-employed people. But this is a great program because their income is not taken into consideration when qualifying.
So let me repeat that again to make sure I understand and also our viewers understand. So I'm an investor. And I would like to get financing because I'm not going to buy cash. Part of investing is to use other people's money or, to get a loan. So I'm an investor, but I might be self-employed or maybe income qualification is not the route that I want to take. So this program allows me to qualify based on my rents?
On the prospective rents that you will be collecting or the future rents that the property will make.
So it could be, it's future rents, not,
Correct.
Okay. So suppose I'm going to buy this house, I want to rent it, and I estimate maybe $3,000 to $4,000 rents or $5,000, whatever it might be. The bank will use the rents to qualify?
Correct. Yes. They'll use 75% of the rents to qualify. Usually, it has to cover 75% of the payment, principal and interest, taxes and insurance to be able to qualify. So yeah, I believe it's a great program for people that are looking to invest.
So tell me the features about this program. How much will the bank lend, like the loan to value?
So as an investor, the minimum that you would have to bring is 20% down.
Okay.
And you would need a minimum credit score of 620.
Okay. Excuse me. And is that in any county, or is it specific to a county, a certain area, or?
There's not specific to any county or area. That's just for all investors that are looking to do this loan.
Wow, that's amazing. So what else would I need as an investor? Just my 20% down, and then the rents, the future rents.
Correct.
The bank will obviously qualify you through your credit score, non-income.
So just depending, on the overall loan scenario, you possibly might need to show 6 months, up to 6 months of reserves. But I mean, other than that, I think that would be the most thing.
Yeah, which is, I think what you just said right there, like the reserves, the 3 to 6 months. I believe that's very, standard.
Correct. Yeah.
Right, in the market.
Yeah.
So whether I'm going to get this program or if there's another program as an investor when I'm buying non-owner occupied property, I'm still going to need to prove or have proof of reserves.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's something that I would need to provide anyway.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, and like I said, just depending on the overall scenario, it could be anywhere from 2 months to 6 months. That's something that when we get to that point, we will let you know, hey, we're going to need X amount of reserves to show for the property.
So if there's any investors out there that are looking to buy a property and have the 20%, and you just would like some more information about that, reach out to Sandra. I believe this is another wonderful program that maybe not too many lenders out there talk about, or we're not aware of these programs.
Yeah.
So I think it's amazing that you're able to provide this for everyone out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, like you said, there's a lot of agents that don't know about this program. So hopefully, it'll help the agents as well so that they know when they come across those buyers that there's a program out there for them as well.
And this even sounds like a great program for someone that may be starting it. Like I know if there's, if you're a big time investor, obviously, you have a credit line, you're able to buy cash, but if you're an investor that's barely starting and you need financing, this might be the program for you.
Definitely, yes. I think it's a great program, especially because if, like you said, if they're self-employed, they're worried, well, I might be able to qualify, but it's just we don't have to worry about being able to qualify with their income.
So we have 2 great programs, the 10 number program, and then it's a DSCR, okay, which is you don't require to qualify them by income.
Correct.
Only the rents and obviously the credit and the 20% down.
Correct, yes.
Wonderful. And Sandra, one question, because I know we just completed 2023. And you're processing loans for 2023, and here we are starting a new year. What would you say was the biggest factor last year? Maybe if you could give us some insight based on your experience, seeing all the loans, all the applications coming through. What would be your recommendations if I'm a buyer or I'm a realtor looking to get financing for one of my clients? What would you say, if you could give us some insights about what you saw based on your experience, what would be some recommendations or maybe some insights you'd like to share?
For buyers, don't be afraid to ask questions, or, if your loan officers ask you for some information, be honest and open about it, because at the end we will find out, and if we know ahead, we'll know how to work it or work through it. So I think that would be the biggest thing. Just any questions, find out. We're there to help the buyers or people that are looking to refinance, feel comfortable and be able to answer all of their questions. So ask questions, and be honest with what they ask, or if they are needing any information.
So, cuentas claras.
Yes.
Cuentas claras. So that's very important, I think, is if maybe there's some information that the loan officer needs to know about, or even if it's credit problems or anything in the past, just to be open about it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because like you said, it will come through.
It will come through, and like I said, we always find out and be like, oh yeah, did I not mention it? So, just be open about it. We're here to help. So
yeah, because we don't want to be into the process, maybe 20 days getting ready to fund, and then something pops up and that kills the loan. So
definitely.
I agree with you that openness, transparency, and just being honest with not only your realtor, but also the mortgage lender.
Yes, of course.
Or someone like yourself taking the application, because it doesn't mean you're not going to qualify, but at least it's a support, a way to guide the person through the loan.
No, definitely. And like I said, ask questions if you want to know why we're asking. We will let you know why, to see if it's going to have some impact or affect your loan.
And the big question here is, so people want to know what's going to happen in 2024. So you being in contact with the banks and submitting application, what are you seeing? What's your experience of all that, like your feel on all that?
Well, you know what? I mean, I know a lot of people did get scared with the rates, but I feel that there's still people out there that are looking to buy. Everybody's time is a little bit different. Some people are ready to buy, so they feel like this is their time. So everybody's a little bit different.
So it's always a great time to buy if you qualify and if it's right for you.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other recommendations that you would give a first-time buyer? I know we have a lot of first-time buyers out there, that are probably sketchy, like, should I wait? Should I buy now? Or, what would you say to a buyer like that, that's just kind of on the fence of buying because they want to wait?
Like how we've been saying all along, just, pick up the phone and call, get some information and see if this is the right time for you. It might be the right time for you, but it might not be the right time for me. So, everybody's a little bit different. Pick up, find out information if there's any questions that you want to know as far as any down payment assistance programs or, helping with closing costs. It's just a phone call away.
Yeah, that's true. And what has been your biggest pillar or strength that you would say as a loan officer that you could offer anyone that's saying, well, why should I use Sandra? Why should I come to Sandra? Why should I use Champions Mortgage? What would you say about your service and about you? Like, why would they come to you and offer, and use your services? What would you say to anyone out there that is thinking of picking up the phone and talking to you? Why would they come to you?
Here at Champions, we like to take care of our clients. We're very transparent with them. Transparency. We want them to feel comfortable working with us. And if they have any questions, we want to make sure that everything sounds for them and they don't have any doubts with them. So, we always take care of our clients.
Yes. And you've had 20 years of experience. You process all the files yourself, right? And the other thing that I wanted to bring through is you're able to provide different types of programs because you're a broker, right? You're able to place the file in different places. So if they don't qualify here, you're able to shop for the best program available for that client.
Correct, yes. We are set up where we are a broker, so we have different lenders. So what one lender might not be able to do, another one will be able to do. I have been in the business, so we do have different types of lender. Everybody has different programs. So there's always a fit for everybody.
Finding the fit. And I think that's very important to say here is, as a broker and having many options. So for instance, if I go to a bank and I don't qualify there, then now I have to take it to another bank and so forth. But when you're working with a broker like yourself, you're able to take that application, look at all the criteria and match it with the right lender or correspondent lender.
Yeah.
So you're able to shop it regardless of their credit and their income. You're able to take your experience in the processing that you do and place it in the right lender.
Correct. Yes. That's the great thing about a broker. We run your credit one time, and then, based on the information, we have an idea of, okay, we might not be able to do it with this lender, but we can go with this lender and they'll be able to do the loan for the borrower.
And, just typically, like if I'm looking to buy a house, like what would you say the turnaround time would be?
It's about an average of 30 days.
Okay.
Yes, it can get done faster. I think if everybody works as a team, we are able to get everything that we need from the borrower. Everybody's working together. We can definitely get it done sooner than 30 days.
Beautiful. So the first step is pick up the phone, call Sandra, and get your questions answered. And I know these are only two of the programs that I wanted to highlight here because once again, when I heard your presentation, I thought this is amazing. So I just wanted to let people know out there about these two programs that we talked about, the TIN number and also about the investment program, because these are special programs that I believe not all lenders can offer.
Correct.
So thank you once again for being here and highlighting these two programs. And we know that you're one phone call away, or you can visit us here in the office. We're in Upland, Champions Mortgage. And why don't you let everybody know here how else they can reach out to you?
So they can reach out to me through Facebook, which is at Sandra Rivera, or through Instagram as well, which is the same Sandra Rivera. And then, I will be happy to share my details. So if anybody has any questions, they can go ahead and give us a call.
And contact you directly. Yes. That's beautiful. Any last insights or recommendations to anyone out there that you would like to leave us with? Anything based on all your experience as a loan officer, maybe someone out there that's looking to buy. What would be one message or one insight that you would like to leave us today with?
Like you said, sí se puede. A lot of people are afraid, I can't qualify, or I won't be able to do it. It's just leave the fear behind. You can do it.
Yes, we could do it. Sí se puede.
Sí se puede, yes,
Sí
exactly.
se puede. Thank you, Sandra, once again for coming here and sharing your experience, sharing the programs, and starting this new year here with us at Heart to Heart Talks. And I know it's going to be an amazing year, and I think people are ready to take that step. So reach out to Sandra for any other questions, and thank you so much for coming here and sharing your wisdom and your knowledge.
Thank you for having me.